Everyone, welcome to another episode of 100 Yards Football Sports Talk Radio. I'll be your host and producer, Logan Landers. Join me here today to do a team preview for the Liberty Flames. Help me out, as always, from over at FirstRoundMock.com and also at the Under the Bleachers podcast, William Yanish III. William, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, Logan. How about yourself, man?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain on this nice Wednesday afternoon. And also helping us out, break down this team. He's the founder of Draft Utopia, is Chris Ransom once again. Chris, how you doing, my friend?
Great. Thanks for having me on again. This is fun.
Yeah,
Let's
let's do it,
talk
man.
about Liberty. I mean, they went undefeated last year. Can they do it again? Maybe, but we'll see.
We will see. And I'll go ahead and give you the floor, Chris. How's everybody going to do this year?
Caden Salters at quarterback and Quinion Cooley at running back are both back. They were big parts of Liberty in 2023. And big reason why Liberty went 12-0 before losing the Rose Bowl to Oregon. So they are the favorite to get the at-large playoff spot because they're projected to go undefeated. But there are two teams, I think Boise State and the top three teams in the Atlantic, UTSA, Tulane, Memphis. If Boise or any of those three teams in the Atlantic were to go undefeated at 12-0, I think they would jump Liberty. But if Liberty's the only 12-0 group of five team, they're probably in. Now, if Notre Dame goes 12-0, do they count as a group of five team? And does Liberty get out in that scenario? That would be interesting to see. But if Liberty goes 12-0 and Notre Dame loses, everyone else in the group of five loses, I think they're in. But that's pretty much the benchmark because their strength of schedule is much weaker compared to teams that look better on paper, whether it be Notre Dame or Boise State or one of the top three teams in the Atlantic. You can argue those teams have tougher strength of schedules than Liberty. If Liberty and that other team is 12-0, so that would be the drawback for Liberty not getting in the playoff. But Quinn in Cooley at running back and Caden Alter at quarterback, that combo for Liberty, it's going to be the combo, William, that defines Liberty's season in Conference USA.
Yeah, for sure. After both rushing for 1,000 yards last year, and I think Quentin was a 1,500 anyway. But it's definitely a dynamic bunch that I can see. They did lose their one wide receiver, C.J. Daniels, to LSU, which is kind of a big loss. But they have a few more to step up. Dante Lee Jr., Trayon Sibley, the tight end Bentley Henshaw. The one thing that I did see with this is they are definitely a pretty experienced team, and have an experienced line with juniors and seniors both. They've got Jack Tucker at left tackle, left guard, John Paul Flores, Jordan White at center, right guard Harrison Hayes, and right tackle Xavier Gray. Like I said, they're rather they still need to, being experienced and all, still going to have to see how quickly they can gel, and really have that running game together with Cooley and Salter. But this was a number one rushing defense or rushing offense last year. I mean, and like I said, and that undefeated team last year, and Chris is 100% right on the strength of schedule. They really don't have anything there. No reason that they can't go undefeated again. Outside of Western Kentucky is the one game that where they have a high octane offense, with Western Kentucky coming over with that air raid. So I mean, what else do you feel about the offense, Chris?
Well, you think Western Kentucky's going to reload after losing quarterback Austin Reed and wide receiver Malachi Corley? Those are, I mean, Reed, they do reload at quarterback with that air raid offense. Historically speaking, dating back to Mike White, Bailey Zappi, they have reloaded at quarterback. So they've done it enough times to where I can give their quarterback room the benefit of the doubt, but I haven't seen them reload at receiver. And Corley was a special player for Western Kentucky, so I don't think he will be quite so easy to replace.
Yeah, for sure. Corley, he was a first round talent in every bit, that I saw last year. I mean, it's another, Deebo Samuel that they had there. But other than that, like I said, this offense is going to be good, and but the defense, on the other hand, with this is the defense coordinator Skylar Maggie, some more a very experienced, making up mostly, or seniors and juniors making up most of the defense, with TJ Bush on the line, Jay Hardy, Bryce Nixon, or Dixon, CJ Brazil. That is, like I said, an experience, a good line. Other than that, going back to the linebackers, Taylor Jackson, Jamar Brown, Quentin Reese, and that I feel that they're definitely competitive on that side of the ball, and but other than that, I mean, this is definitely a team that is built by its offense. What do you see on the defense, Chris?
I haven't really looked at the defense as much as I should, but I know Bo Nix carved them up like Swiss cheese in the Rose Bowl last year.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Bo Nix did that with pretty much everyone.
Pretty much everyone, yeah. He kind of ran through everyone. Let's be honest.
And that was a good thing, and going to Denver too. Just talking about Nix, and that was a draft pick that I called for the Denver Broncos. Saying that that Peyton was going to see, a little bit of breeze. And
Bo Nix was Sean Payton's QB3. The question is, who was his QB1 and 2? I'm guessing Caleb was his QB1 because Sean Payton wouldn't shut up about Caleb. But who was his QB2? I'd have to say May if I had to take an educated guess, but I definitively don't know who is his QB2 behind because Bo Nix was his QB3 out of the 6 first-round QBs. And I'm guessing Caleb was his QB1 since there was a lot of Sean Payton, Caleb Williams drama leading up to the draft. I think it was Sean Payton who said, a team's going to tank for Caleb Williams. You may want to put in a lottery. That was like in May of 23. So I think Drake May would, if I had to guess, Drake May was probably Sean Payton's QB2 and then Bo Nix. I'm guessing Nix was ahead of McCarthy, Penix, and who's Jaden Daniels on the Broncos board, but I don't definitively know. But I know Nix was their QB3.
Yeah, there were definitely some whispers about Spencer Rattler being rated as a starter and a first round grade by several teams, that they were talking about, and so I could definitely see that. I mean, he was my quarterback too. Rattler.
Yeah, that's just some really good talent overall, and I mean, I if I had a hat on, I would tip it to Jamie Chadwell, head coach over there at Liberty. I mean, we know what he did at Coastal Carolina and how he turned that program around. He's still young; he's not even 50 years old. So I think this guy is ascending when it comes to head coaches in college football, and kind of that next group of guys who could move on to the higher level in the not so distant future. Obviously, first year at Liberty, I would say pretty solid overall. As much as we've been talking about them and all of the talent they've brought back, like you said, the tremendous offense. I think this team's gonna pretty much copy and paste what they did last year in terms of the offensive production. You still have a lot of super talented players on that team. Y'all have mentioned where they finished, not just in Conference USA, but just in the nation, and that was up there. They were putting up points in bunches, yards like you wouldn't believe, like you were playing a video game. And like I said, I think that they'll run the table, run through a lot of teams on their schedule, regular season. Like you said, they'll probably lock in that Conference USA championship this upcoming season. But as we said, their only crux last year, their only Achilles heel, as you could say, is in that last game of the year, and that was against, as we said, Oregon, which is a powerhouse. Obviously, they're ranked as a top 5 team coming into this year. So I expect Liberty. They'll look good. They'll be in the Conference USA game. I'm expecting them to honestly win it because they've got so much talent on the offense side of the ball that I don't know if any other defenses in that conference, in that division, can keep up with it. But when they get to the 12-team format, which it'll be interesting since it's the first year we're going to see it, we'll see who they go up against. And I don't know if they'll have that quite yet to go up against those big Power 5 schools, with ACC, SEC, Big Ten, whatnot. I don't know if they could match up with them quite yet, but I'm expecting them to put up a show, man. I think they'll look great, and I'm expecting some more good years and a lot of offense come Liberty this upcoming season. But I think it's going to be good. I can't wait to watch this team coming up here in just a few short weeks. Chris Ransom, Willie Yanish III, appreciate y'all coming on the show, talking about Liberty and talking about how we think they're going to do. We're expecting big things. We're going to hear from you, our fans, in the comments section. How's Liberty going to do? Are they going to run the table? Are they going to be undefeated? Are they going to bring home a Conference USA championship? And how far, if they make it, how far will they go in the new 12-team college football playoff format? Want to hear it in our comments, Facebook, YouTube. Also, be sure to go and download our podcast every single week. Once again, for Chris Ransom and William Yanish, I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, we'll talk to you again on